yourself the story that you won. You raised a glass above the ashes, thought that we were done. But wolves don't fall, they learn the ground. And wolves don't mourn, they turn around. I don't carry grief the way that broken people do. I carry it like ammunition, and I'm aiming it at you. Wolves don't mourn, they evolve. Wolves don't beg, they resolve. Everything you thought you buried, everything you thought you burned, is standing at your door right now, with everything it earned. Wolves don't mourn. You built your life on top of what you stole from where I stood. You told the world your version, and it sounded pretty good. But stories have a weight to them, they bend beneath the truth. And I've been patient long enough, now watch what I can do. I studied every move you made while you forgot my name. Now everything you think is yours is part of a different game. Wolves don't mourn, they evolve. Wolves don't beg, they resolve. Everything you thought you buried, everything you thought you burned, is standing at your door right now, with everything it earned. You made one mistake. You assumed that I was done. You looked away too early, before the damage was undone. You should have finished what you started. You should have never let me breathe, because a wounded wolf in winter is the last thing you should live. I am what you made me, and you made me without a leash. the way that the wounded remember. Not with anger, not with fire, just the way a man remembers a number he intends to call. I remember what you said and what you didn't say, and what your silence in that room cost me every single day. I remember your name, I remember the chair you sat in, I remember the hand you extended while the other one was planning. I remember your name, don't think that I forgot. Don't build your life too high on a foundation I have not. I remember your name. You moved across the city like a man who'd walked away clean. You told yourself the story where you're somewhere in between. Not guilty, not exactly, just surviving like we all do, but surviving on the grave of what you buried, that's on you. I remember your name, I remember the chair you sat in, I remember the hand you extended while the other one was planning. I remember your name, don't think I forgot. I've just been building everything on the foundation of what's not. I don't need to explain what comes next. You already know what a man who remembers and says nothing has in store. I just wanted you to know that I remember. Your name. Patience never fails. I remember your name.
There came in the winter when they thought I was at my lowest. They came with the assumption that the season had me bent. They walked into the story they had written about me in advance and found a different chapter than the one they thought they meant. I let them make their offer, watch them lay it on the table. I let them make their case for what they thought I couldn't fight. I let them feel the fullness of the moment they'd been building. Then I took the offer, folded it, and said, not tonight. The night they tried is the night that built the ceiling. The night they tried is the night that changed the dealing. They came for what they thought was broken, found what had been forged. The night they tried was the last night they had that kind of I heard they told a story different to the men who weren't there. I heard they made it something closer to what they prepared. But every man who was in that room knows what the silence said. When they left without the thing they came to take from me instead. There are moments in a man's life that become the line between version before and the version that remains. That night was mine, and I'll tell you what I felt. Not victory, not relief, just confirmation of I already knew about myself. You came for everything I built, and left with nothing but the knowledge that you never had the rage. The night they tried became the night I understood. The night they tried to take from me what's mine for good. They showed me what I'm made of by testing what they thought was soft. The night they tried is the night that paid off. I made a ghost of him the day I stopped returning calls. I made a ghost of him by absence, nothing else at all. No confrontation, no betrayal, no dramatic final scene. Just the slow erosion of a man who used to mean everything. I told myself the reasons, and they sounded reasonable. The distance was protective, I was keeping things clean. But somewhere past the silence and the years I wasn't watching, he became a ghost I made, not something in between. The ghost I made of him still sits in certain chairs the ghost I made of him still walks in certain stairs. I pass his name sometimes in rooms that hold our past. The ghost I made of him was not supposed to last this long. I see his children now on photographs I wasn't in. I calculate the seasons of the years I let begin without him, and I wonder at the architecture of my reasons, and whether they were real or whether I was just convenient. There is a kind of harm that doesn't need a weapon, just a door you stop opening and a phone you stop answering. And I am guilty of it, and I carry it clean, the way a gentleman carries the things that cost him, without making it anyone else's weight. The ghost I made of him is the only one I see. The ghost I made of him is the version next to me of who I could have been if I had made a different call. The ghost I made of him is partly me after all. The city never sleeps, it just shifts into a different register. The lights don't go out, they just change who they're speaking to. At 3 a.m. the honest city shows you what it really is, without the crowd to dress it up in something close to true. The man below is walking like he's carrying a conversation that ended wrong and hasn't found a place to settle yet. The window in the building across glows amber and consistent, some kind of work or insomnia or something to forget. City at 3 a.m. That's when the mask comes off. City at 3 a.m. When everything that's soft has gone to bed and left behind the version that is real. City at 3 a.m. is how a city feels when it's not performing. A I've watched the city from above on nights I couldn't sleep it off. On nights the weight of everything I carried needed altitude. And every time I stood here in the dark above the ordinary, the city told me something I could never quite conclude. Maybe this is what it means to understand a thing. You have to see it when it isn't watching. You have to catch it in the hours it doesn't know you're looking, and love it for the truth of it, not the performance. City at 3 a.m. I know you better than the day. City at 3 a.m. When you forget to put away the complicated underneath, the commerce and the noise. City at 3 a.m. is a man without a pose. I made a ghost of him the day I stopped returning calls. I made a ghost of him by absence, nothing else at all. No confrontation, no betrayal, no dramatic final scene. Just the slow erosion of a man who used to mean everything. I told myself the reasons, and they sounded reasonable. The distance was protective, I was keeping things clean. But somewhere past the silence and the years I wasn't watching, he became a ghost I made, not something in between. The ghost I made of him still sits in certain chairs. The ghost I made of him still walks in certain stairs. I pass his name sometimes in rooms that hold our past. The ghost I made of him was not supposed to last this long. I see his children now on photographs I wasn't in. I calculate the seasons of the years I let begin without him, and I wonder at the architecture of my reasons, and whether they were real or whether I was just convenient. There is a kind of harm that doesn't need a weapon, just a door you stop opening and a phone you stop answering. And I am I'm guilty of it, and I carry it clean, the way a gentleman carries the things that cost him without making it anyone else's weight. The ghost I made of him is the only one I see. The ghost I made of him is the version next to me of who I could have been if I had made a different call. The ghost I made of him is partly me, after all. After all. She poured my coffee without asking how I took it. After the second morning, she just knew. She never asked me where I'd been the night before. Just moved around the kitchen, quiet and true. She found the things I kept inside, the lining of my coat. She put them back and never said a word. Some women run from what they find inside a man like me. She was the only one who stayed, and that I heard. She knew what I was, and she stayed anyway. She knew what the night's cost, and she greeted every day. She never asked me to be something I was not. She just loved the broken parts of me that the rest of the world forgot. She knew what I was. I tried to build a wall between her and the work I did, pretend that there were two of me. She saw right through it. She said one night while I was leaving, "Come back in one piece." I said, "I always do." She said, "So far." I never deserved the way she looked at me, with full eyes and no accusation. I never deserved the grace of a woman who understood the complication. And I would burn every empire I built to have her back for one more morning.
She knew what I was. She knew, and she stayed.
I've been right about most things, say that without apology. I've built enough to know the shape of what I know. But there was one time, one specific winter in my late 30s, where I was wrong in a way that took 5 years to show. I thought I understood a man because I'd studied him for seasons. I thought the reading I had done was close enough to truth. I acted on that confidence without the margin for the error, and it cost me more than I had planned to lose. The one time I was wrong was the most expensive lesson. The one time I was wrong was the most useful session of everything I've learned in 40 years of careful moving. The one time I was wrong is the thing I'm still improving from. I didn't hide from it. I sat inside the consequence directly. I didn't make excuses for the calculation that had failed. I took apart exactly where the thinking had gone sideways, and I rebuilt the whole methodology from what it had unveiled. I'm telling you this plainly because the man I wanna be is honest about the limits of what he thought he knew. The most dangerous thing walking is a man who's never been wrong, who hasn't built the muscle of accounting for the cost. Don't be that man. The one time I was wrong taught me how to be more right. The one time I was wrong turned the error into light. I don't celebrate the mistake, but I honor what it gave. The one time I was wrong made me someone worth the page. Everybody's in a hurry to collect what's owed to them. They bang on doors and raise their voice and wonder why they can't get in. But I have learned a different kind of currency in life, the kind that earns its interest slow, much sharper than a knife. My grandfather said, boy, the Lord works slow, and the devil has more patience than you'll ever know. The devil has patience, he don't rush his move. He sits across the table with a stillness you can't groove. He pours his drink real easy, he don't show you what he knows. And when you think you want it all, that's when the devil shows. I watched a man who ruined me build 5 years of pride. I watched him sleep in comfort, watched him laugh inside. I watched him till I knew the shape of every wall he made. Then I picked the one foundation and I let it all cascade. They call me patient, call me cold, they say I don't react. I say I'm just a student of the art of striking back. The devil has patience, his move. He sits across the table with a stillness you can't groove. He pours his drink real easy, he don't show you what he knows. And when you think you want it all, that's when the devil shows. There's a chair at every table that nobody wants to take. It sits at the head of the room and it don't negotiate. I took that chair at 30, I've been sitting in it since. And every man who thought to move me learn the cost of arrogance. Thought you had more time, you thought I wasn't watching. The devil has patience, boy, and patience just ran out. showed his moon. Everything you built up was built from me to you. I've been right about most things, say that without apology. I've built enough to know the shape of what I know. But there was one time, one specific winter in my late 30s, where I was wrong in a way that took 5 years to show. I thought I understood a man because I'd studied him for seasons. I thought the reading I had done was close enough to truth. I acted on that confidence without the margin for the error, and it cost me more than I had planned to lose. The one time I was wrong was the most expensive lesson. One time I was wrong was the most useful session of everything I've learned in 40 years of careful moving. The one time I was wrong is the thing I'm still improving. I didn't hide from it, I sat inside the consequence directly. I didn't make excuses for the calculation that had failed. I took apart exactly where the thinking had gone sideways, and I rebuilt the whole methodology from what it had unveiled. I'm telling you this plainly because the man I wanna be is honest about the limits of what he thought he knew. The most dangerous thing walking is a man who's never been wrong, who hasn't built the muscle of accounting for the cost. Don't be that man. The one time I was wrong taught me how to be more right. The one time I was wrong turned the error into light. I don't celebrate the mistake, but I honor what it gave. The one time I was wrong made me someone worth the page. put on my coat this morning with a different kind of weight. Said goodbye to every room and every promise running late. The photographs still on the wall, I left them where they stood. Some things deserve to stay behind in the only life that's good. A man who's done what I have done don't get a clean exit. He gets a quiet morning and a coat, and that's about the size of it. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I said I'd die for. One last night of knowing who I was and what I'd been. One last coat on the back of a man the world will not see again. I left the keys on the counter by the coffee I won't drink. I stood beside the window for a moment just to think about the life that could have been if certain roads had turned, and whether I was leaving or just going where I'd earned. You don't mourn the life you lived, you only mourn the life you missed. And mine was never on the list. One last coat, one last coat, one last door, one last door, one last look at everything I said I'd die for. One last night of knowing who I was and what I'd been. One last coat on the back of a man the world will not see again. I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm just done with the particular geometry of this particular life. Some men go out with fire, some go out with a name. I'm going out the back way, which is roughly how I came. One last coat, one last coat, one last door, one last door, one last look at everything I bled and lived for. One morning without anyone to hold me to my past. One last coat on the back of a man who chose to leave at last. You were the first man I admired, who wasn't just a fantasy. You had the way of reading rooms I wanted you to teach to me. I watched how you moved between the men
who had the power and the door. I studied every choice you made. I wanted to become more. Then I started being more, and you became a different thing. And the lesson you taught best of all was what a threatened teacher brings. The teacher's sin is fear of what the student has become. The teacher's sin is burning what he spent his lifetime building from. You gave me every tool I have, and then you used them against me. The teacher's sin is teaching, son, and then becoming the enemy. I think about the afternoon you told them what I planned. I think about the calculation, how deliberate, how planned. You smiled at me 2 days before and called me your best work, then dismantled every structure I had built, deliberate and curt. I don't know what you feared most, that I'd surpass or that I'd fail. Either way, the ending was the same. The teacher turned the nail. The teacher's sin is fear of what the student has become. The teacher's sin is burning everything the lessons had begun. I won't be angry here. You don't deserve my anger. You deserve something much worse, which is my absolute indifference. Everything you built in me, I used, just not for you. The teacher's sin is what he did. The student's response is this: I built a world from what you gave me, and you're not on the list.
I came back in November with a different kind of quiet, the kind that doesn't fill a room the way it used to do. I shook the hands of people who had memorized my stories, but couldn't find the man inside, the face they thought they knew. The coffee tasted different and the house seemed made for someone who laughed the way I laughed before I learned what silence caused. I sat beside the window for a winter without speaking, and cataloged the inventory of what had been lost. What the war left was a man who couldn't tell you. What the war left was a room he couldn't fill. What the war left was a discipline to carry. What the war left and carry still. They gave me medals for the things I wish had happened different. They gave me words that covered up the parts they couldn't name. I put the medals in a box and put the box inside the closet, because a piece of timber's never gonna carry the weight of the same. I don't ask for understanding from the ones who weren't beside me. I just ask for enough quiet to hear myself again. Because underneath the damage, underneath the winter, there's still a man in here who remember who he was. I just wanna be him again, even for one moment. I just wanna be him again. Silence, stain, silence. What the war left was a man who decided that surviving wasn't the same as living, and started the longer work of finding out the difference. Of finding out the difference. I watched my father age inside a room that fear had built. He carried every decision like a lifetime full of guilt. His hands were always steady, but his eyes had learned to hide the cost of what he built for us and kept us all inside. He called me to his bedside in the winter of his reign, and handed me the burden with a pride that looked like pain. The son inherits everything the father chose to bear, the weight of every promise made and every silent prayer. The throne was never golden, it was iron in disguise, and I became my father through my father's own demise. The son inherits. I wear his coat in winter when
the business calls me out, I learned his way of listening, so I never have to shout. The men who served him bow to me. They think they see him still, and maybe that's the greatest gift, to carry forward his will. Some sons inherit money, some inherit names and land. I inherited a kingdom that required a steady hand. The son inherits everything the father chose to bear, the weight of every promise made and every silent prayer. The throne was never golden, it was iron in disguise, and I became my father through my father's own demise. I never told him that I understood until the day I couldn't anymore. I never told him that I forgave the life he chose behind that door. I would have chosen different, but I would have chosen him. Every time, every weight, every burden, and every sin. The son inherits everything, including what he cannot say. I came back in November with a different kind of quiet, the kind that doesn't fill a room the way it used to do. I shook the hands of people who had memorized my stories, but couldn't find the man inside the faith they thought they knew. The coffee tasted different, and the house seemed made for someone who laughed the way I laughed before I learned what silence caused. I sat beside the window, for a window without speaking, and cataloged the inventory
of what had been lost. What the war left was a man who couldn't tell you. What the war left was a room he couldn't fill. What the war left was the discipline to carry. What the war left and carry it still. They gave me medals for the things I wish had happened different. They gave me words that covered up the parts they couldn't name. I put the medals in a box and put the box inside the closet, because a piece of tin was never gonna carry the weight of the same. I don't ask for understanding from the ones who weren't beside me. I just ask for enough quiet to hear myself again. 'Cause underneath the damage, underneath the winter, there's still a man in here who remembers who he was. I just wanna be him again, even for one morning. I just wanna be him again. Signs sustain. What the war left was a man who decided that so life wasn't the same as living, and started the long road of finding out the difference. The street that built me had no name worth putting on the map. A strip of broken concrete where the promises fell flat. But every man who walked it learned a language none could write. The grammar of survival and the dialect of night. They talk about their education, I talk about mine too. Corner of the place where I learned everything I knew. The street that built me wasn't pretty, wasn't kind. It took the soft parts of a boy and left the iron behind. I don't go back often, can't undo what it has done. But everything I am today was started on that run. The street that built me. I watch the old men play their cards beneath the hanging lights. I watch the hungry ones decide what they were worth at night. I watch the ones who tried to leave and the ones who chose to stay. And I decided somewhere in between I'd build my own damn way. They gave me nothing for me, no diploma and no key, just the education of a place that didn't care for me. The street that built me wasn't pretty, wasn't kind. It took the soft parts of a boy and left the iron behind. I don't go back often, can't undo what it has done. But everything I am today was started on that run. I've stood in rooms with powerful men and not one of them scared me. Because every man I've ever met was softer than that street was to me. It didn't break me, it didn't take me, it made me exactly what they never saw coming. Wasn't pretty, wasn't kind. It took the soft in me and forged the iron behind. I walk with it, I carry it, I can't undo what's done. The street that built me made me every single one. Put on my coat this morning with a different kind of weight. said goodbye to every room and every promise, running late. The photographs still on the wall, I left them where they stood. Some things deserve to stay behind in the only life that's good. A man who's done what I have done don't get a clean exit. He gets a quiet morning and a coat, and that's about the size of it. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I said I'd die for. One last night of knowing who I was and what I'd been. One last coat on the back of a man the world will not see again. I left the keys on the counter by the coffee I won't drink. I stood beside the window for a moment just to think about the life that could have been if certain roads had turned, and whether I was leaving or just going where I'd earned. You don't mourn the life you lived, you only mourn the life you missed. And mine was never on the list. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I said I'd die for. One last night of knowing who I was and what I'd been. One last coat on the back of a man the world will not see again. I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm just done with the particular geometry of this particular life. Some men go out with fire, some go out with a name. I'm going out the back way, which is roughly how I came. One last coat, one last door, one last look at everything I bled and lived for. One morning without anyone to hold me to my past. One last coat on the back of a man who chose to leave at last. I watched my father age inside a room that fear had built. He carried every decision like a lifetime full of guilt. His hands were always steady, but his eyes had learned to hide the cost of what he'd built for us and kept us all inside. He called me to his bedside in the winter of his reign and handed me the burden with a pride that looked like pain. The son inherits everything the father chose to bear, the weight of every promise made and every silent prayer. The throne was never golden, it was iron in disguise, and I became my father through my father's own demise. The son inherits I wear his coat in winter when the business calls me out. I learned his way of listening so I never have to shout. The men who served him bow to me, they think they see him still, and maybe that's the greatest gift, to carry forward his will. Some sons inherit money, some inherit names and land. I inherited a kingdom that required a steady hand. The son inherits everything the father chose to bear, the weight of every promise made and every silent prayer. The throne was never golden, it was iron in disguise, and I became my father through my father's own demise. I never told him that I understood until the day I couldn't anymore. I never told him that I forgave the life he chose behind that door. I would have chosen different, but I would have chosen him every time, every weight, every burden, and every sin. The son inherits everything, including what he cannot say. I shook his hand a little longer than I had to. I looked him in the eye the way you do when it's the last. I didn't say the words that would have told him what was coming. I just memorized his face and let the moment pass. She poured the coffee one more time and stood beside the window. I watched her like a man who's memorizing light. I took the coat, I took the key, I left the photograph behind and closed the door so gently, like it wasn't closing night. This is the last goodbye that nobody will name. This is the door that closes and never opens the same. I don't get a ceremony, I don't get a final scene, just a morning full of ordinary things and the space between. I drove through every street that built the man I was becoming. I stopped once at the corner where the whole thing had begun. I sat with it for longer than a ghost has got the right to, then pointed toward the highway and I drove into the sun. No anger in the leaving, no regret in the design, just the understanding that some exits aren't resignations, they are simply time. This is the last goodbye, the kind that goes unsaid. This is the last goodbye for a man the world thinks dead. Not gone, just somewhere different, not lost, just finally free. This is the last goodbye from the last version of me. I shook his hand a little longer than I had to. I looked him in the eye the way you do when it's the last. I didn't say the words that would have told him what was coming. I just memorized his face and let the moment pass. She poured the coffee one more time and stood beside the window. I watched her like a man who's memorizing light. I took the coat, I took the key, I left the photograph behind and closed the door so gently, like it wasn't closing night. This is the last goodbye that nobody will name. This is the door that closes and never opens the same. I don't get a ceremony, I don't get a final scene, just a morning full of ordinary things and the space between. I drove through every street that built the man I was becoming. I stopped once at the corner where the whole thing had begun. I sat with it for longer than a ghost has got the right to, then pointed toward the highway and I drove into the sun. No anger in the leaving, no regret in the design, just the understanding that some exits aren't resignations, they are simply time. This is the last goodbye, the kind that goes unsaid. This is the last goodbye for a man the world thinks dead. Not gone, just somewhere different, not lost, just finally free. This is the last goodbye from the last version of me.